Hello, how are you? I hope that you're enjoying our series uh, on, just unlocking your sales genius. And that's what we'll be doing. The purpose for this is to ensure that every business person, every entrepreneur, every salesperson is confident enough and is ready to close those sales. So today we are going to discuss about, do you know your customer? I don't know how many of you have been asked this question. Who is your customer? When I'm doing my sales coaching and training, I ask my the salespeople or the entrepreneur, who is your customer? And the answer I get more often is that, everybody who needs my product. Others will say, anyone who can afford my product. Others will say, everybody. And I'm here to say that everybody is not your customer. When you say everybody, then it's equals to nobody. Nobody is your customer when you say everybody, because you're not created for everyone. Just like each one of us is unique, God sent us here with unique capabilities, unique uh, uh, talents, unique giftings that we bring to the world. So it's the same. You cannot say that everybody is your customer. Your customer is unique to you, and therefore you need to know who they are. So just like you need uh, to know that you're special and unique and your giftings so that you bring them out to the world, is the same way you need to know who your customer is. So today we're going to discuss who is your customer. How do you understand your customer? So next time when you're asked who is your customer, you're not going to say everybody or everyone who needs my product, because that means nobody. And even for me, I didn't know this until one time I went for a training somewhere, and I was asked, who is your customer? And I was like, everyone, everyone is my customer. And I was told, no, everyone is not your customer. And it is after that training that I realized one of the reasons why I was getting a lot of rejections, a lot of no's, everywhere you go, people just say no, is because I was looking for everybody. I was going to everybody, not specific people. So it's very important that we know, who exactly do we serve? Who exactly does your business serve? And this is important because um, so long as you're interacting with 20x, I believe is because you want to grow exponentially. I believe you want to grow 3 times, 5 times, 20 times. When we started 20x, our goal is to grow you from where you are now to 20x in the next 3 to 5 years. So if you're looking at scaling your business, then it's very important that you understand who is your target customer. And it's also important to know, could you be selling something that has very few customers? That the few customers you have could just be people who want to promote you, people who are just trying to keep you afloat. And you need to get out of, like when you start a business, the people who buy fast are called the early adopters. Mostly they're your family, your relatives, your friends, or those many people claim that when you start a business that your friends don't buy from you. Uh, I don't know about that. For me, I know that, yes, my friends didn't buy, but there are some people who just supported me because it was Eunice, They may not have been friends or relatives, but there are those people who just support you because it is you, or they support you because they like to try new things. So, and could be your business has stagnated because you're serving just those people. And so today, this session, I want us to explore who is your customer, and then I want us to look at how many are these customers in the world, or rather, can you serve? You get, and this also helps you identify how far can you grow your business. Okay, so next time when you're asked who is your customer is the person that pays you money. Okay, the person who pays you money. What does that mean? A customer can't pay you money if they have not found value in what you're offering. So you need to know who they are so that you start attracting only people who are your customers. It does not mean that others will not get to know you or others will not buy from you, but when you narrow down the person that you serve, you're going to think about this person all the time. You're going to be seeing them every time. I don't know how many of you, especially ladies, that, when you're expectant is when you see more expectant women, or when you decide you want to buy a red car, for example, you notice that on the road, you just see red cars. Everywhere you go, you just see red cars. So it's the same thing. Once you identify who is it that I serve, then you start meeting those type of people everywhere that you go. And it becomes very easy to just attract the right people, okay? So you need to be able to define your customer in terms of, first of all, what are the challenges that your customer go through? That's one way to define the challenges your customer go through, or the pain points, or what you call the hell, where you want to bring them from hell to take them to heaven. Because selling is about getting people from their hell or their disappointment or their challenges or their pain points and take them to a place of fulfillment, joy, and satisfaction, where we can call it heaven. Okay. So where are they? Where is their hell? And then the other thing is, what is their income level? You can define them based on their income. What is their income level? Where do they live? What are their dreams and aspirations? What do they aspire to be? And you also look at their age, because when you know who the age is, then you know how to communicate to them. So when you're looking at your customer, you need to cluster them. And I would like you to actually, if possible, no, it should be possible, just take a pen and a paper and just scribble, draw your customer. If you think that it's a woman, draw a woman. If you think it's a man, draw a man. And then describe, if it's a woman, then how old is she? You see, it can be a range. It could be you're serving women between 30 to 45, depending on the product that you have or the services that you have. So put their age, put where do they go to, how do they get their information? Are they on social media? If it's on social media, which platforms do they access most? Describe in details who this customer is, okay? Because this helps you now start crafting your value, around your customer. And the question is it possible to have more than one customer avatar or customer profile? Yes, it is. But you need to classify all of them. And let me use an example, because it's easier when we use examples. It's easier for you to understand. Now, at BSmart, we have a product called Afya Smart. Afya Smart it's a health plan where we enable people to come together and changa, contribute. The way people come together in a WhatsApp group and changa for hospital bills. Now, in this case, we're like, okay, why wait to changa for a hospital bill that is $1 million plus, while you can changa for premium that is like 40K? Okay, so you can come together, non-related people, and you changa. Now, when we designed that product, our target was, people in the informal sector, farmers, Juakali sector, people who are not employed. And then when we released it in the market, we've seen, we've been observing a very interesting trend, because the people who are buying that product mostly are the middle class people, people who are employed, or they own businesses that are generating quite some good revenue, but then they are not buying for themselves because they already have a product themselves. They either through their employer or through their company, they have a different medical product. But what we've seen is that they are buying for their relatives in the village. So, for example, say it is me. I will buy for my brother. So I'll put my brother in the cover, his wife, his kid, and then I add my sister there and my mother and my father. That way, they pay for them. But it's the same concept. Yes, they are still sharing, but the person who is paying us money is different from the person who is using the product. So I want you to see that there's a difference between the customer and the user. So you could have such scenarios. So in our case, we have a customer and we have a user. So our customer is the middle class. We target the women. However, we still get men to buy, who buy. But why women? Because women are the ones who feel this burden. For men, they remember when it happens, when there's a hospital bill is when they remember, oh my God. And I'm saying majority of the men. I'm not saying all men. So for us, we target this woman who is a middle class woman working in a corporate environment and just want to fix this to stop receiving these calls from home that so has been admitted and we need 10K. So their pain point is having to produce money haphazardly. It could be at the middle of the month and you have to chuck 10K because somebody is going to the hospital. So our customer, who is a middle-aged woman, they are between 26 and 45, and we will find them in the social media platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, and a few of them in Instagram. And then, as I said, their pain point is having to pay money out of pocket every time they're at us, call them. So our communication is around this person. So you'll see when we communicate, you're saying, you don't have to keep contributing money, to get money out of pocket, because we are targeting this person. And we reach them through the platforms that they access. Of course, everybody else is likely to see, but we know that the person who is going to buy is the one we are speaking to. Okay, so basically, we're saying that you need to define this customer, and then, of course, others will come, but you realize that the others are the minority. So if you have been selling for a long time, how do you identify this customer so that you stop going everywhere and anywhere? So what you do, go to your database, your customer profile. Start analyzing each of those customers, and you will see a trend and see who is the majority. Look at who is the 50% of your customers. See where they are. What is their age? What is their income level? Where do they live? What are their aspirations? What challenges do they go through? When you describe all that, then you know who your customer is. The next time you craft, because we'll be looking at value proposition and all. When you design your value proposition, then it is so clear who it is targeting. Who are you adding value to? And then you start communicating to them. So the other question is it possible that you will sometimes communicate to people who are not necessarily your customers? Yes, it is possible. However, the majority, when you communicate in that way, the majority, 60%, will be as your defined avatar. And when you do that, I talked about it helps you be able to plan for scaling your business. So once you define who this customer is, the step number 2 is to find out how many of these people are there. For example, if you're operating within Nairobi, so how many of these customers are in Nairobi and where are they concentrated on? This will determine, your sales strategy, where you're going to be found more often, or where you're going to locate your business if it's not, it requires physical location. Okay. And some people have even started businesses whereby you thought it's a purely online business. And then you discover that customers want to see you. Customers want to touch. For example, if you're dealing with clothes, there's some customers that may never buy a dress online. But because you have not identified who your customer is, you're busy selling to them online. And that frustrates. And you feel rejected. You feel like, people are not supporting you or the business is not good. But it's just because you're targeting the wrong people in the wrong places. So it's very important that you identify your customer, be very clear who they are, and then look at how many of these people are there in my area, where I operate. So you could say, you may not reach them immediately, but you could say, in Kenya, how many of my customers do we have? Let me give an example. For us, with Afya Smart product, initially we were targeting the 13 million people who are in the informal sector. But then over time, we realized it's very hard to find that person alone, one at a time. And so what we've discovered is we focus on the 3 million who are formally employed. So we partner with employers. And then the other way is we look at which institutions are serving this customer that we want to reach. For example, one thing we realized is that most of the informal sector people are organized in associations or societies, or they are in SACCOs or microfinance institutions. And so our customer changed. Remember when we were designing, we had our target, but our user has not changed. The user is still the same, but our customer is different because now we had to start a department in BSmart of partnerships, whereby we have someone who is going to reach the institutions like SACCOs, microfinance institutions, so that then we have a conversation on how we can bundle our product with their existing products like loans. And I would say that is one of the reasons why our business has grown, especially like in 2020, 2021. We were able to grow our number of customers by 7 times, 700%. Why? Because we understood who the customer is. And when you understand this, you'll be so amazed that your way of selling changes completely. Okay, so I hope you understand the importance of knowing your customer. So let me just summarize 3 reasons why you must know, clearly identify your customer. Number 1, it helps you in planning for scaling your business. You're able to see how big the opportunity is, how big the pain is, even the whole idea of this exercise that you're carrying out. It provokes your mind to see, wait a minute, am I selling the right product? If this is my customer and these are their pains and this is a product I have, is the product right? And that could even help you change. So it helps you plan for scaling. Number 2, it helps you avoid a lot of rejections. In selling, and why many people fear selling is because you get a lot of no's. You're getting no everywhere you go. And sometimes you don't get any yes. Some people give up before they even get the first yes. So this protects you. It could, really, you still get no's, but you reduce the number of no's because then your communication becomes very clear. You're able to to attract the people that you're looking for. Okay. And number 3, you become, you start attracting only the customers who can pay you and who need your product. And therefore, as I said, because your communication is very clear to the person that you're targeting, then it's much, much easier for those people to see you. And remember, people only buy from people they know, like, and trust. So what you want by doing this exercise of defining your customer, you want this customer to know you. You want them to like you and to trust you. So you just want the right people to know, like, and trust you. So please this is my assignment for you. Please define your customer very well. And I would like you to post. You can share who your customer is at the comment section. Or if you don't want to share in this public channel, you could share in the WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group. This is a support group for people, salespeople and entrepreneurs who really want to unlock their sales genius. You can join the group. I put the link. The link is in the under this video. Please click and join that group. And when you join, please go through our previous video on networking, social media networking. You know, you network on social media for impact and income. Please go through that so that when you join the group, you introduce yourself properly so that people can get to know you. They can get to know the problem you're solving for them. And you never know, you could find your customers within this support group. We started this support group to just keep encouraging people to sell more, not to give up, because a business that is not selling, it's dying. And nothing happens until somebody sells something. And that's why we must value the business of selling. Stop telling people that you're in marketing. You're selling. You know, marketing is one element of selling. Yeah, that's how I look at it. I look at marketing as a sales enabler. That means it is selling, only that they support selling. Okay, so from now on, start loving selling and keep telling people that you sell. What you sell and how you do it is to tell them the problem that you solve and how you do it. And people will start getting attracted to you. You're going to actually start earning more for working less. So join the WhatsApp group that is on this video. And also watch the previous videos, subscribe so that you can be getting notifications every time we go live on this channel. We plan to keep you engaged and to keep you selling. Okay, so see you next time. Bye-bye.